afternoon. Welcome to Brazos Fiber Works. I believe this is episode 7 today. How are you all doing? Thank you so much for hitting that video button and coming along with me today. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I do appreciate you. And if you are new, welcome. I hope you stick around and hear me talk about all the fiber goodness. I talk about knitting, crochet, spinning. We may get into sewing and weaving, but it probably won't be for a little while out. Let's see. Yeah. But I'm so glad you came along with me today. I've got my cup of coffee. It's been a crazy work couple weeks. I feel like I'm starting to apologize all the time for having to go a little bit beyond my 2 weeks. I think I'm like at 2.5. And I was gonna record tomorrow, but stuff came up at work, of course. People called out. There's a lot of calling out, a lot of sick going around. And so this morning I went in and I have to go back in tonight. And then instead of being off tomorrow now, I have to go in and work all day. And then, yeah. So I don't have off till Friday. And my husband's usually home on Fridays and I don't know how much recording I will be able to get done. So I'm gonna start this today. Today is Tuesday, November 14th. And I'm gonna try to get through as much as I can today. I might have to split it up into a couple days to get it all in. But I hope you guys are having a great November. Let's see, let's just talk a little life news at the beginning. So we were able to go to the Street Outlaws race this last weekend. And it was so fun. I was so worried it was going to start raining again and they were gonna have to reschedule, but the rain ended, I believe, kind of misty that Friday morning, and we were able, the weather cleared up and we were able to watch the racing on Friday and Saturday night, and then we came home on Sunday, but we had a great time. We got to talk to a lot of the drivers and bought a lot of merch. I did buy, usually I only buy a couple of drivers. This time I happened to buy multiple drivers, kind of buy merch from all of theirs to support all of them. There are a lot of great group of guys. I handed out a few pairs of hand-knitted socks. I just really appreciate the drivers, their wives, and some of them are just so sweet. So yeah, I handed out a few pairs of socks to them. And let's see, we left Sunday morning. So let me go ahead and tell you about that. We left Sunday morning and we left at 8:30 in the morning. We're gonna plan on getting home early, have the rest of the day to just chill out, get stuff done, get ready for work on Monday. We left the speedway at 8:30, and as soon as we get onto the highway and start taking off, motorhome has no oomph. I mean, it just no power. Husband's foot's to the floor, nothing. And it's a 65-70 mile road. So we pull over, we find a gas station, pull over, and he looks at everything, tries to figure out what's wrong. Everything looked like it was working fine. Get back on the road, it works for another minute or two, and then no power again, turns off, oh yeah. I felt so bad for my husband. I was trying not to say anything and just do what I needed to do because I knew he was so frustrated. We ended up, we did stop again, and then we stopped near an AutoZone, so he was able to change a filter, and then we got back on the road. It worked for a couple minutes, and then, yeah, it was just the whole way home we were having to pull over. He was having to put it in park, rev it, start going again. It would have a little power for a little bit. So yeah, needless to say, it's only an hour from our house, and it literally took us till 12 o'clock to get home. So yeah, I have a feeling we're gonna be getting rid of that motorhome and getting something else. I think my husband's just I'm done. I'm done with it. So yeah, but other than that, I did take a couple projects with me this weekend. I only was able to work on a pair of socks, and I will show those here in a minute. I do have, I think, 2 finished objects that I have completed. One I'm going to go ahead and put a picture up about because I've already started wearing them and I don't want to wear them until I wash them, or show them until I wash them. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I got a little bit of spinning done yesterday. If you are follow me on Instagram, by the way, you can follow me on Instagram at Brazos Fiber Works. My website, I have hand-dyed yarn. I have some project bags I just started putting in there, and I have a couple mini bats that are 1-ounce bats that I put in there also, and that's at brazosfiberworks.com. You can find me on Ravelry. So I had somebody reach out to me a couple days ago and ask if I was on Ravelry. And I've been meaning to talk about this for a while on here, and I always just forget. So I do have a Ravelry account. And if you want to follow me, I just updated all my information. It's JNB Crafty. And so I started my account years ago. And at first I was putting everything on there. Well, I don't know why. I just didn't care for the platform. It just, to me, was not easy. So I just kind of veered away from that, and I have, in the last probably 6 years, not put a project on there. But somebody asked me if I was on Ravelry the other day, and I had to tell them, yes, it's an old account. I don't use it. I need to get better at. I need to start trying. I've heard it's like revamped, so I am going to try. So I'm not gonna go back and add any previous projects because that's just way too much wasted time. But I do promise you that from here on out, I am going to add projects. I know I added the bat that I carded yesterday because I went ahead and spun that because I want to see what it looked like. So that project is on there. But from here forward, I will try better, and I will try to add all of my projects to that and be current. I did go on and update all my information. So yes, if you'd like to follow me on Ravelry, it's JNB Crafty. I'm trying to think what I was talking about. Why I went, oh yeah, I was saying if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen the picture that I posted on my stories yesterday. I carded a little 1-ounce bat, and then I ended up spinning it, and it was like red and white and a little hint of green, and I just called it Christmas Fluff. I really wanted to call it, oh, why am I drawing a blank? Why can't I think of what that's called? I totally forgot what red, white, green with the character. Why am I forgetting? The Grinch. Oh my gosh, that took forever. I don't know why I forgot that. I wanted to call it the Grinch, but realistically, like, I thought about it. It doesn't have enough green in there to, I feel like, call it the Grinch. So I just called it Christmas Fluff. But it was red and white cordell, or natural and dyed red cordell. There was some Angelina in like deep forest color, and I put some kind of rose colored Surrey bits, not a whole lot, and then some green bamboo. So it turned out really cute. I'm gonna find something to just kind of add a little pop of color into some knitting, and yeah. But I'm super excited to get ready for Advent season. So I have 2 Advents so far. Or no, actually I have 3. One's from Freckled Whimzee. So it's not technically like something you open every day. It is a self-striping yarn, and you knit your pair of socks. You start on the 1st and you knit a color a day, and then that way by Christmas you're completely done with your pair of socks. So I have that. I got it last year, loved it. This year I went ahead and got it in the DK, so it'll knit up way faster. I do have my advent calendar from my shop, Brazos Fiber Works. I have one I just got yesterday from Chelsea Yarns, and then I'm waiting on my homespun house. So yes, I will technically have, with mini skeins, 3 to open this year. I really wanted to grab Polka Dot Creek's Canadian dyed one. Oh, I'm so mad at myself that I didn't do that. I really wanted it, but I kept thinking, oh, I've got so many advents. I don't need another one. But now I'm really kicking myself because it was super cute bag for one, and two, there are all a bunch of different Canadian dyers that are all who are all putting in the one skein of yarn. And so I thought it would just be fun. I watched Kay the Crazy Sock Lady last year. I watched her open up all hers, and it was super cute. So yeah, I'm kicking myself for not doing that. And then she ended up finding like 2 the other day, and by the time I got on there, it was too late. I didn't get those, get one. But I guess just wasn't meant to be. But next year, I'm hoping, I know she was talking about maybe not doing the Canadian dyer one next year, maybe doing something different, but hopefully, I mean, I would really even if it's like different dyers, it doesn't have to be Canadian, I think it would be fun. I actually think it would be fun to put one of those on myself too. I just don't know if I know enough people out there who would want to do it. So if you are a indie dyer and you dye your own yarn and it's something you would like to do, maybe we can put something together like that next year. That'd be super fun. So now that I've done all of that rambling, I also wanted to mention though that I do have a Facebook page. It's Brazos Fiber Works. I post on there some. I don't post on as much as I do Instagram. So yeah. But let's go ahead and let's go get started on finished objects. Hello and welcome back. I am so sorry you are gonna notice that it's a little different today. I did start recording a couple days ago, and I got phone calls right in the middle and things happened, and yeah, I didn't get very far. So I'm coming back to you today, and I'm just gonna try to get right back into it because I know I kind of chit-chatted a while on the beginning. So I wanted to get into finished objects. So I do have a few finished objects, things that I was wanting to get off my needles before this holiday season started. So let me go through my finished objects. So one, I finished my morning coffee socks pattern by Kay the Crazy Sock Lady. Sorry if it looks a little worn. I did already start wearing these. It's her morning coffee socks pattern. Turned out super cute. I love it. And the color is by Whimzee Stitches in their Smutty Pumpkin. And I did a 64 stitch cast on. So yeah, I finished these. I was so excited. I love wearing those. And then I know a couple episodes ago I had been working on my Halloween Carnival sock set and doing those into socks. And so here are these. And the pattern I used is Austin Socks, also by Kay the Crazy Sock Lady. And yeah, I did a 64 stitch cast on. And those turned out really cute. I do have, I believe, 2 skeins left in the shop at brazosfiberworks.com. They are on sale. So I'm trying to get the Halloween colors out of there. So if you like this color, it is called the Halloween Carnival, and it is for sale in the shop. So that is my second finished object. And then my third finished object is this vanilla sock set. And I have talked about my vanilla sock pattern that I use all the time. It is also from Kay the Crazy Sock Lady. It is a 64 stitch cast on. I did 15 rows for the cuff, 60 stitches for the leg, And then I wear a 7.5 to 8 foot R shoe, so that is the size. This sock set is from Leading Men Fiber Arts. It is their special Nitty Natty colorway, and it comes with a mini skein that the blue is called Kentergy and the brown is called Toaster. And it was a pre-order. I don't believe you can get these anymore, but I love these. So those 3 are my only finished objects, but I feel like I got a lot off my needles that I wanted to. I do still have a couple other ones that I am working on that I want to get through also. But with that said, let's start on our works in progress. So I do have a little bit of works in progress from the last couple weeks since I filmed. And one is, look at this bag. This bag is the cutest thing. My husband loves Christmas Vacation. We have to watch it every year. And this bag came from Polka Creek Yarns. I believe her mom makes it, Shelly's mom. And then this is the self-striping sock pattern that came with the bag. It was in a sock set. I don't know if they're still available on her website, but you can go check them out at polka.creek.com. And so I did this one different. I wanted to try the way Kay does her cuffs. So I did the 20 stitches. I haven't tried it yet on, but it's a 64 stitch cast on. It is 20 rows on the cuff, 60 stitches, and then the normal to fit my size foot. But super cute, great in time for Christmas. So I've got that one done, the first one done, and then this is how far I am on this second sock. So not too far, but I'll be done with those in no time. All right, let's see. My other work, I can't remember, so if I am repeating myself on this episode, I am so sorry. But I know I shared on Instagram that I got my minis from my Patreon from a homespun house. And I can't remember if I showed the blanket on here last time, so I'm just gonna go ahead and show it again. Why not? So this is my blanket that I use with all of my homespun house minis, the Patreon minis, and I think I have a few other minis from her in there. But these 3 right here, 1, 2, and 3, those are from September, I believe. Yeah, September's Patreon. So yeah, it's turning out super cute. And I'm thinking that when I start opening the advent from a homespun house this year, I think I'm gonna go ahead and add them into this blanket. I think I've officially decided that. That way I get a lot more done. I know it won't take the whole mini skein, so I'm gonna put a square in here, and then I think the other ones I'm going to put into my coziest memories blanket. Yeah, so they'll be in 2 places, but it'll help it kind of come along. So yeah, and this is in my super cute homespun house knitting unicorns bag. I got it, I think, about a year ago. All right, so my other work in progress that I'm working on right now is a Christmas stocking. So I have a couple different, not versions, but sort of versions. So I first off thought I had made myself one a few years ago, and it was a pattern by Knit Picks. Came with their Knit Picks, I believe, Swish yarn. And I love it, and I've always wanted to make the rest of, like, my son, my daughter, and my husband one, but I just hadn't done it yet. So I'm gonna show you what I started with. So I decided, because my daughter, I made her a sweater like 3 years ago, and it was an MCN base. I dyed all the yarn for it, knit it up, She had it for like 3 years. Well, she comes home from college last Christmas, and she promises she did not put it in hot water and the dryer, but it shrunk up so it could fit like her American Girl dolls. Like, it was ridiculous. So with that said, and I did make her another one last Christmas and gave it to her, and hopefully that one she doesn't make that same mistake again. I don't think she will. But so when I started thinking, okay, if I make one for my son and my daughter, if they ever go to wash it, like, that was what I was worried about. So I went to Walmart, got some acrylic yarn, and started the stocking for my daughter. But long story short, a few years ago, I was making quite a bit of these Christmas, not candy cane, but like peppermint blanket. Yes, peppermint blanket. And I was crocheting them. And I noticed that for some reason the acrylic yarn is just so tight and it's not very giving. And it started like this pain in my arm. And so I had to quit knitting and crocheting for like 6 months. So I thought, you know, because I knit all the time, that was done and everything. So let me show you what I've done on the stocking, and then I'll finish that story. So again, this is acrylic yarn. So I started the stocking. Her favorite thing is tea and coffee. So I got this one. This is how far I've got with it. And doing this much literally started bringing that pain in my arm back. And I tried for a couple more days thinking maybe it's, you know, I don't know. But anyhow, it's just started getting worse. And I was like, well, I don't want this to come back again because I don't want to stop knitting. So I stopped on this one, and I had some of the swish left over from my Knit Picks stocking and pillows that I had done a few years ago. So I got that out, and I started a second one. This one was going much better and everything, and the size of the yarn is literally the same, but it's so much smaller. So I've kind of come to a stop, and I think this one is going to be really cute. So I may just keep going with it, but it is so tiny. It is so narrow. I'm not going to be able to get anything in there. So I don't know what to do. I really don't want to go back to knitting on the acrylic one because I don't want to deal with that pain, but at the same time, like, I could find a whole different pattern. The one that's bigger, kind of like the one that I did for myself. But I just don't know. I don't know. I really want to get these done too. So I don't know. I might just keep going on this one. This is how far I've gotten, but it's just so tiny. Like, is she really gonna be able to use that for the rest of her life? No. I just don't feel like it. I don't know. She comes home Monday. So I think I'm not gonna work on it anymore until she's here. I'm gonna like talk to her about it, see what her thoughts are on it. And if not, if we wanna go with something different, maybe find a different coffee pattern. If you guys know any other stocking patterns that have coffee mugs or anything on it, let me know down below. Because I'd really like to do one that's similar to this. This one I got off Ravelry. Gosh, I don't remember who it's by. I'll put it down below. But it was one that came with like 10 different versions. So there's like different versions of this part, different versions of this part, and then the one below it. So I did, on her other one, I did start on the 4th one, on this one. I don't know. This one is just like the perfect size, but I don't know. I don't know. I guess you'll find out on the next episode. Anyhow, let's see. I believe that is all of my works in progress. Not a whole lot. I've done some spinning. I already put that up. But I'll put a picture down right in here. I carded up some Corridel and Angelina, I think bamboo, and why am I drawing a blank? Mohair. I might have talked about that a couple days ago when I started talking about it. But anyhow, I did card that, spun it up, put it in a little mini skein, and I want to find a project to put it in. But trying to get I want to get back into carding fiber, adding that to the shop. I did do a couple 1 ounce bats that I put in there, and get back to my spinning mojo. I haven't really been spinning that much lately. So I want to start doing that also. Let's see, life news. So today, I'm excited because I did dye a lot of yarn today, and I am starting to offer different fibers, and not necessarily different weights yet. I am adding a DK, but I did have a DK before, but I didn't have a whole lot. Solids are coming into the shop. Mini skein sets. I have BFL. I have Surrey. I'm trying to think, what else did I get? And then I have different weight yarns. I think I have a 2-ply superwash sock yarn. So I'm slowly gonna be adding more to the shop, and you'll start seeing more solids and sweater quantities and all that good stuff. You can pre-order those also. So just please bear with me. I am adding those as fast as I can. But yeah, let's see, what else? I did talk about life news at the beginning. Yeah, I mean, we're getting ready for Thanksgiving, and it's next week. It's gonna be at my parents' house. All the family goes over there, and my daughter will be home on Monday. She'll be here for about a month, so I'm super excited for that. We're gonna go do some Black Friday shopping. Yeah, but you'll start seeing more yarn in the shop. Oh, I did add some bags. I still haven't got my Christmas bags in there, but that is my plan for this coming week, to get those done, put those up in there. Oh, and self-striping is coming. I did get stuff for that. So yeah, a lot of great things hopefully are happening. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you if you made it this far into the video, coming along with me today. And I hope if you are new to this channel, please like and subscribe to it so that you can know when the next video is up. I will have a video coming up either right after this one or in the next day, regarding, why am I drawing a blank? Temperature blankets. So I want to start a temperature blanket knit along January 1st. And so I am going to give you a video about 12 different temperature blanket ideas. And so yeah, I'm excited about that. I will give you more information on the next video about that. Vlogmas is coming up also, so there'll be one more regular video in the next couple weeks before we get into Vlogmas. But yes, I am so excited, and I hope you guys have a great weekend, and happy knitting, happy making, happy whatever your heart is desiring to do. But I will see you guys soon. Bye.